Anyway, today's video's topic that I have chosen out of the blue and I have not planned. This video is going to be talking about what is the difference between non-com and Agere. Let's get something along those lines. Anyway, so we will say for topic of this video that you are in Agere. Now, I am not saying anything against the Agere community because obviously when I joined Agere, I was in the community. Now, when you are in any community, there is always going to be hate. Now, it doesn't have to be towards you or anybody, well, that you know, but there's always going to be hate in a community. Now, when it comes with every community, there's going to be hate. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. Anyway, so Agere, my Agere community experience was very, very good. Now, I am not in the Agere community anymore because one of my friends, Natalie, had a really terrible experience happen to her in Agere community, which I will not go into for sake of her privacy. But it was very terrible. She did have a whole live that she had on Instagram, and it really was very sad. And I'm not trying to be sympathetic or anything, but I'm just saying it really opened my mind to the Agere community. Now, because I have been in Agere since August of 2020, so please just keep that in mind when I'm talking about Agere, that I have not been in this community for as long as other people have. Anyway, so my experience with the Agere community has been very, very good. I have not been really deeply involved with the community, but I've liked people's posts in the community, and I've seen the hashtag, stuff like that. I really, since Agere is so new to me, I thought that it would be a good place for me to start an Agere community, and it is. There are people out there, because Agere is technically for 13 and up, as far as I know, it's for 13 people and up. So obviously, because there are minors in Agere, there are going to be some problems. Now, I am not saying that all minors are mean. I am not saying that. It's just, obviously, when you're younger, you're not as, I'm not trying to be mean, but you're not as intelligent. You know what I mean. You're not you don't have real life experiences in terms of driving a car, getting a job, earning income, stuff like that. I hope that makes sense. But I did not start Agere obviously as a 13-year-old. I am 17. When I started Agere, I was at the end of my 16-year-old career, whatever you want to call it. So for me, being in the Agere community is for people who are really, really young, and they're younger than me. And having people who are younger than me, I completely understand that they're trying to figure themselves out. They're trying to discover who they are as a person. And so when I did see a few accounts that were posting DDLG stuff, which, if you don't know, DDLG is sexual and not a safe place, as Agere is. So I did see a few accounts that have been cross-tagging between Agere and DDLG. I have seen that. But, when I joined non-com, which not joined, but when I left the Agere community, I will tell you this, I felt a lot safer. I felt like my account was more of a safe place to me. Because when you're in a community, you're with a bunch of people. You are surrounded by a bunch of people. And when you're not in the community anymore, you're still part of Agere, yes, but you're not associating yourself with the community anymore. So it's like your account and yourself is your own space. You control your space. And obviously, even if you're in the community, you control your own space. But you don't have people trying to say, your account should be like this because everybody in the community has an account like this. You're disassociating from other people. Now, I am introverted, so obviously I was never in group chats with a bunch of people who were in Agere. I was in one group chat with people in Agere, but I left it after like 2 minutes. Not to be rude, I mean, I couldn't really handle it because people were talking all the time. Not being rude, they were just talking, and then they had the baby talk. Now, I understand if like people regress to the point where they have to talk like a baby because that is how they talk. But when I used to regress, I never talked like that. I mean, I did do like ooh woo, like I did that type of thing, but I never really talked like an actual child. And that could be because I regress voluntarily, which means I choose when I want to regress, instead of involuntary, when you can't choose when you want to regress. I just feel like whatever place you choose, either non-com or an Agere community, you make that your own safe place, and you shouldn't feel like people are pressuring you to become something or to do something that you don't want to do. Because at the end of the day, your account is your responsibility and is your property. People can't take that away from you. Even if you have to move your account because the community is so toxic, or people are toxic, or people outside of the community, random people are being toxic, you have that control. Do not feel like people in any community can be disrespectful to you and get away with it. Some people are rude because they're just rude, or they have stuff going on. All that basic bullying type stuff that you've heard in school many, many times. But if you are like a late teen like I am, like I would like to consider late teens like 16, 17, 18, 19, late teens. People, that regression isn't a top priority anymore. You're getting ready to leave high school. You're getting ready to start your actual life, man. You're ready to leave that childhood behind, but you still kind of want to have it around. So I completely understand if you have an Agere account and you're not actually regressing, that can be a problem. But I don't want you to feel like you need to be in the Agere community just to feel something. You don't have to be in any community to be an Agere. You don't even have to be an age regressor. I mean, you don't have to be anything. You can be whatever you want to be. And I know that I am dragging this conversation out for way too long. But honestly, you can pick who you want to be as a person. And I think I personally think people should be not in the community unless you're really young and you need guidance. I would tell you to look for people who are older. And I don't mean like DDLG people. I mean like people in the Agere community who are genuinely have been here longer than me. I would say basically longer than me, and who are older than you. And if they have like followers, I'm not talking about followers, but if they are genuinely a nice person and they're older than you, look to them for guidance. Don't be afraid. I mean, obviously, if they're an Agere community and they are a toxic person, do not go to them. But if they have really positive people there, just go to them and be like, hey, I'm new in the Agere community. Can you possibly help me out? Or if they're a non-com person like me, you could ask me like, hey, can you help me with this? Like, I don't understand how this works. So I do suggest that too. If you're new to Agere, you should go ask somebody for help. But I don't recommend people going to people who are not as experienced with Agere and asking them for help, because maybe they might know something or maybe they might not, and they might lead you down a path that's not exactly what other people actually think it is. If that makes sense. That's how I'm gonna end this video, because I don't know how to end videos. So thank you. Oh boy.